Welcome to this mini-series following three pilots, Caleb Johnson, Chuck Edwall, and me, Mark Huneycutt, where we fly roughly 1,400 miles, spending 40 hours in our seats over a period of 9 days. We set out on this trip fully unsupported, meaning we are carrying everything we need to fly and survive in our duffels, on our chests, with no ground crew following along. We're carrying 150 pounds plus on our backs, and in some instances more. Each challenge we meet is a challenge we as a team must fix together. Grab some popcorn and enjoy the epitome of paramotor adventuring.
Day 3, it's 5 in the morning, an hour and a half before sunrise. We are well ahead of schedule and waking up at the LZ. How do you feel, Caleb?
Sleepy.
Day 3!
Dusty.
We had some friends who said you can sleep on the floor if you don't want to sleep on the tent. That saves us tent time, so we did sleep on their floor. We'll be taking off here in an hour and a half. These fine gentlemen have made us breakfast this morning. This is new for us. Thank you guys very much.
Yes, sir.
We've got eggs and bacon and toast. He's giving me some pepper jack, orange juice and coffee. I don't mind the coffee because I got a pee tube. So we are living life. I slept on that couch. Caleb slept on the ground because he's a peasant, and it was great. There goes Caleb.
We are on our way. It's probably really dark on the camera, so I'm going to shut her off. Chuck's the next up to launch. We've got Caleb off to the left. The sun is rising over the mountains. It's actually probably been up 10 minutes, but it finally crested. Zion off to our right, over those mountain ranges, right, Caleb? I just cooked 87 miles per hour and I dropped the trims just to check it. I think we're maintaining 70 something trimmed. I'm trimmed all the way in to maintain with Caleb. I'm a little heavier than him. We're generally pretty well matched, but when I start out, I have a lot more fuel than him. So we're maintaining 66 right now. Yeah, we're cooking. We were estimating 50 miles an hour, so we had the potential to skip our first stop and go to the second, which is great. We just got to monitor winds at the landing locations, which luckily they have METARs. Beautiful sunrise. So we're flying over a big wind farm right now. I was like, hey, you want to deviate to the right of this? Because the last thing I want to do is land downwind of these guys. And so I deviated right, and so did they, but they're directly over it actually. Caleb is currently trying to pee, and I am spotting to see if his stream clears the harness. Luckily, with the view of the GoPro, we cannot see anything. He's trying to relax. The straps are pushing on his legs. This is not an easy task, folks. Don't focus on the turbulence. And don't worry about me, I've got you in sight. Okay, we are coming into Delta. How much mileage have we done so far? What did I say? It's going to be 160 miles in, what, 3 hours? Something like that. We are cruising. I mean, we got up to 87, like I said. But now we're coming in. We're about 1,000 AGL. And we'll land in here, get some fuel. The reason we're stopping, we could actually make it to our next stop. But the winds do not look good at our next stop until a couple hours later. So we're going to chill here, let the winds calm down. Then we'll take off. We might not even need to refuel. There's a couple things we could do. We could refuel. We could not refuel. And make it to our next stop, or we could fully refuel and potentially fly over our next stop and then over the Great Salt Lake, which would be pretty epic. So we're gonna figure that out on the ground. But incoming now, and we will. I'm downwind leg now. We'll turn around and land into the wind. It says 14 knots, so we'll see. Caleb just landed next to the fuel depot. It didn't look that bad. How was it? Chuck says he's about parked up there. I don't know where he's at. This shit looks real nice. I like this. Delta Municipal, 4,759 feet. What's up? Woo! Heck yeah! Woo, that's nice. That's real nice. That is such a dusty wing right now. Get this turned to the side a little bit. There we go. Collapse those cells. Nice. Woohoo! Brakes, brakes, brakes. Yeah, you sure landed at the fuel farm.
All right, we have landed in Delta, and we're getting fuel. We're gonna let him get fuel first. Had a nice talk with him, and we're waiting on Chuck. Chuck has been pooping for like 20 minutes. But we're gonna throw our first batch of low lead in there and get going and cross. We're gonna go for crossing the Salt Lake. We have a really good tailwind, so we're just gonna go for a 4-hour flight, I think. We just did 160 miles in 3 hours, making good time. First bit 100 low lead. Caleb is my assistant on this one.
You know what would genuinely be awesome would be 100 no lead.
Yeah.
It's kind of nice we still have some mo gas in here, so if there is any water, it just dissolves.
It's twisted. We're having some tough conditions, strong winds. I'm just gonna loiter and wait.
Fortunately, I have to come in and land because from the air I witnessed Caleb take a bit of a spill. So it's still pretty windy, but I think I'm landing in a lull right here. It's obviously strong enough to do a Cobra, so I'm just gonna take my time here, getting the brakes stowed, and then I'm just gonna kind of mess with the wing. Using the rear risers, bring it down, and then I'll make my way over to Caleb and we'll have a little chit chat and figure out what happened. Super bummer moment for all of us, but especially Caleb. What the French fry happened?
The French fry, super windy launch. It was like, well, it says it was like, what, 16 gusting 25?
Something like that.
It's definitely gusting at least 20. It feels very strong. I had it my first launch, but I turned around and my motor wouldn't really quite go, and I started walking backwards, and then I almost turtled, like this close to turtling. Last second I spun around, but I kind of like walked through my lines at the same time. There's a whole shenanigans and fuss with my wing. Chuck helped me fix it, another stranger helped me fix it. Start getting everything laid out again, and I'm getting exhausted. I'm breathing really hard. It's like close to 5,000 feet here. Anyway, get the wing up, but I had trimmed it out to neutral because I was thinking it would be faster, it would be okay, but it just got so surgy with so much wind. It kept surging, and I was so heavy with all my stuff, and I couldn't move fast enough. to like keep the pressure on it and get under it, and it would surge and then lose all pressure and then whack, surge again and whack, and then I was losing control. It went off to the side, and then it really lost pressure, and then it whipped around to the other side, and I spun around and fell on my side, and I busted a hoop section.
Yep, and so that should hold the hoop. It's broken, and so should that piece. And then also this oil, yeah, there it is. And then also one of the zip ties that go in broke, but he has a way to fix that. And then also this oil bottle landed on that, so that's how he pumps the oil in. And so we'll have to get rid of that bracket and that oil bottle. And that's what you're seeing on the ground right there is somehow the oil bottle itself broke. And that's part of the bracket. And so the local's gonna help us fiber it up somehow and form it. I don't know what it is. What is it?
Fiberglass and epoxy.
And we're gonna let that settle and maybe duct tape over it. And luckily this is doable. We're very fortunate.
I'm okay.
He's okay.
Prop's okay.
Yep, that's very important too. All right, here's the guy with the stuff. We're gonna try out the epoxy stuff.
All part of the adventure. Can't really brush the fiberglass once it's down, it just starts falling apart. Squeeze out this extra.
So we were sitting here, we're like, what's the smell in this FBO? And I was looking up, just sitting on the couch, and I saw this, it looks like a dead mouse, and there's a little green tint to it. We're gonna help this FBO out, if we can.
Mouse you can get up there.
Yeah, silly mouse. All right, let's see if we're right. Ew, that's been in there a while. All right, we got you, FBO. This is for being so kind. Make sure you take out your trash. All right, who's touching it? Cleanup crew, janitor, paramotor janitors. How's it feel up there? So I opted to be last in case anyone needed some help with their launch. It's hard to tell from the video, but it is actually quite windy. It's 18 gusting 25. You just can't tell due to it being pavement. When you're launching on pavement, your wing is much more susceptible to just sliding away from you, as you can see right here. So a lot of this was waiting on lulls, backing up, getting ready to inflate the wing, and then realizing, oh crap, I wasn't fast enough. Here comes the gust, running back to the wing, stepping on it or grabbing it, and trying to prevent it from burrito rolling and getting in a mess. So finally I get launched here, and I'm very happy to be off the ground. Alright, that was gnarly. I'm at 9,300 feet. Chuck is the crazy wild man. He was just at 11,000. I'm getting rocked around as I talk to you guys. Let me get on the brakes. I was going to update you where we're at. Look at all this snow we just passed. We got Sheeprock Mountains on our left and Tintic Mountains on the right. Look at those snow caps coming halfway down the mountains. 12 o'clock. I don't know what those are, but we'll be crossing over those. And then we're going to make the Great Salt Lake crossing, which is going to be pretty epic. It's about a 12-mile water crossing. We'll be at 10,000 feet, and we should have glide. Our goal right now, I think, is to go about 200 miles on this flight, and that'll total 360 for the day. And we're also going to cross over some interesting area that asks us not to fly 8,000 feet MSL or below. It's an ordnance depot, so we're about to fly over an explosive, probably where they store explosives, if I had to guess. So we're currently at 12,000 feet. We caught some kind of a mountain wave going through that valley, and the goal is this mountain in front of us in the middle of the lake. Get on the other side of that to that dark spot if you can see it. Continue to the edge and then make the crossing. It'll be a 12-mile crossing, and we'll be really high with the tailwind.
Makes me feel better being this high. But it's been quite a wild ride. But yeah, it's been pretty good. It's cold up here. We are about to make the Great Salt Lake crossing. We're about 10,000 feet. And perspective is weird out here, you know? We've been going towards the edge where we crossed for a long time. There's a lot of distance out here, even though we're going over 50. So it's like this building momentum of, oh man, we're gonna cross soon. Oh man, we're gonna cross. Okay, we're making the 12-mile crossing over the Great Salt Lake right now. I'm at 10,500 feet. Chuck's out there. He looks like he's, how much? Chuck's at 10,900. And I got about 11 more miles to go over this lake. It's pretty crazy. I mean, it doesn't seem that far, but it is, and it takes forever. But I hope you guys are enjoying this content, because I took my glove off and plugged my GoPro into my charger in order to get this because it was dead. So here we are. And my right hand is now freezing. Here's the situation. Chuck's got 3.5 liters. I've got 6. We think he's gonna burn out before we make the gas station, so he's probably gonna land on the road up here. Very kind of close to where we need to get fuel. And then I'll probably land with him, siphon some fuel over, pour it into his bladder or whatever. And we'll continue on to the gas station after that. And Caleb, he has enough to make it just to the gas station, so he's got to continue on. So yeah, that's what we're dealing with right now. It shouldn't be too big of an issue. We've got some pretty strong winds to land with and reverse with. You can see this peak out in front of us. It's 9,400-ish. Our gas station's on the other side of that, so we might have to also contend with rotor on that backside of that, because we have a 20-mile-an-hour tailwind. So yeah, things are about to get interesting, but at least we're done with all that crappy turbulence from earlier. Here's the story, people watching. He ran out of gas a little bit ago. We've had fuel anxiety for the last hour. He finally ran out, and the gas station is right at our 12 o'clock. It's a maybe if he can make it. And now I'm just kind of tormenting him. I'm coming up on his 6. But you can see the prop start running. Dude, you might make that. What do you think? Dude. I'm off to your right. Oh my gosh, this is great. You make this. We've been flying over 4 hours. You see those 3 white pipes? Yeah, land in the field behind it, because there's power lines kind of behind those 3 white pipes. This is crazy. We made it to our destination, but you had an engine out and glided forever. I know, but I'm checking the winds for you so you can be safer.
On Cena, Chuck's talking about how he's nervous about me getting in the way.
I'll get out of the way. Yep, yeah. Winds are good going towards the gas station. It's very slow. Alright, you're good, man. This is freaking hilarious. You the man!
Now that Chuck's realized this glide path, he's bummed he's gonna have to walk far to get gas.
Yeah, but we were talking about you walking 4 miles.
This was a really big moment for us. Just all that we went through this day with Caleb, Chuck's fuel anxiety and running out of fuel here. We were so pumped here. I wish you guys could hear us on the Cena. We're just hooting and hollering and just pumping our fist in the sky and on the ground as Chuck is right here. This was just icing on the cake.
Yeah! I'm not walking with you though. Oh, that's epic. I see him. Oh yeah, landed under the power lines. I wish you guys could hear the Cena right now, but we are celebrating. They are celebrating hard. This is hilarious.
Oh my God. Oh my god, that was freaking wild.
Good job, dude. That's insane.
Not a drop of fuel in that tank. There is no fuel in that tank.
Proof. Absolutely insane.
Unbelievable.
Oh my gosh, and then we're in this beautiful spot. We're just gonna leave our gear out here. Mine's way over there, but camp out here tonight.
So 3 to 7:30 is 4 hours, 33 minutes was my flight. Or maybe if we just like buy a bunch of food from them, which I'd want to do anyway.
Yeah.
I would say tomorrow morning, or well, tonight we can forecast the wind. We should just fill up based on how much wind there's going to be.
Stopped at the best gas station. Looking at the reviews, we could just tell these owners do not care about people leaving bad reviews. It's my tent, aka Bivy. These guys brought the legit tents. I wanted to save weight and packing volume. But now I'm kind of jealous.
Thank you for watching the third video in the series of us crossing America from south to north. If you haven't already, I recommend watching the first 2 videos linked in the description below. On this third day, we crossed all of Utah in just 2 flights, covering over 385 miles in 7.2 hours. We only have 2 states left, but we are going to start facing some big headwinds in Idaho. Idaho is arguably one of the most beautiful states, and you're definitely going to want to see us freeze our butts off in 17-degree weather and snow in gorgeous Montana. Until next time, have a good one, fly safe.